Hi, how's everyone doing? Have you made it through the week? It's Friday. Getting there, it's good. And it's also for those of us who are Catholic and practicing. It's Lent, and that means we don't eat meat on Fridays. So I know we did some of this a little last year because this all started during Lent. Lent during quarantine. What was there left to give up that year? Kind of some, although there's more we can do this year. But anywho, it's Lent. We're Catholic, my husband and I are, and that means we don't eat meat on Fridays in Lent. So one of the recipes we're going to do this week is today, obviously. It's our entree of the week, and I'm going to do homemade crab cakes with a homemade remoulade sauce because that sounds delicious. So let's get to it. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy. Alright, we're going to start with our remoulade sauce so that we can put it in the fridge while we get the crab cakes ready, and it's just done when they're done. It's just how we're going to go. Starting with 2/3 cup mayonnaise. Yes, that is a lot of mayonnaise. If you're sitting there going, that sounds like a lot. It is a lot. Alright, we're going to do a tablespoon of chives in there. Get all those chives out. Things are falling. Doing a tablespoon of lemon juice. Then a tablespoon. And I know this is almost out. I actually have a fresh one, so we will need some more. But I hate to waste. So if there's some in there, you want to get it out. All right. Hang on while I get the next one. All right, I've got it all filled up. So there's our tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Get some of that stuff out the way. We're going to do a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Half a teaspoon of cayenne. And a 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika. A little salt, a little pepper. And then we just stir it all together. And there's our remoulade sauce. Quick and easy. Usually have most of the ingredients. And yeah, a little cheaper, a little fresher than store-bought. I'm going to pause you guys while I put this in the fridge and get the stuff for the crab cakes. Alright, so we've got about 1 pound of crab. And fresh crab is best if you can get it. Lump crab is what you want if you can get it. It's not always available. It may not be in your budget. Yes, the fresh lump crab is going to taste the best. I'm not going to deny that. But if what's in your budget or what's available in your area is canned crab instead and you want to make crab cakes, then do that. There's no shame in it. There's no harm in it. It will still taste delicious, and that's what matters. Got 1 pound of crab. Got about 1.5 tablespoons of Old Bay seasoning that we're adding in. And I made that because I read reviews and everybody's going left and right on shouldn't even make them if you don't have this, that, and the other. And I thought, you know, sometimes you make do with what you got. And there's no problem with that. All right, Doing a tablespoon and a half of breadcrumbs. And do 2 teaspoons of parsley. Get that in there. We're also going to get a tablespoon and a half of mayonnaise. So it's more mayonnaise. Kind of covered in it. I'm gonna pause you guys while I clean up 1 sec. All right. Do 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm just gonna do that. Of dried ground mustard. Do just a splash of Worcestershire sauce. Splash of lemon juice. Some pepper. Some more salt. Do some hot sauce. We're gonna do a couple dashes because y'all know my husband. And then an egg to bind with. And if it's not moist enough, then we'll actually get a second egg. We're gonna start with this one. And we're just gonna get our ingredients all combined so that we can then form our patties. We're going to form them on a tray, which we're going to put in the fridge for about half an hour, let them firm up, and then we're going to bake them in the oven. Or, oh, maybe we're actually we're frying them in a little pan on top. I think of how I always do when I get from the store. But these ones, they're like lightly fried. So not like big pot, but just like a little skillet with a little bit of oil in it. But you want them to firm up some first. So hang tight. All right. So now we're going to form them up. I will be honest, I did just I need to grease my cooking sheet just so they don't stick to it. I want to take them off the fridge. I did notice they were still a little soggier than I wanted, so I added some breadcrumbs. Now I'm just kind of putting them in my hand. This is like, if you remember, if you watched the salmon croquette recipe, it was back in, I believe, August of last year. Did a similar thing. Kind of just patting them. Kind of like you do burger patties at that too. So just placing them. We're just going to let them firm up in the fridge. So yeah. And you make them as big or as small as you want. This is kind of the average size though, at least of most of the ones I have eaten. I'm sure I've had like appetizer kind of things that have been certainly smaller. I feel like I went somewhere though that had like a huge crab cake way, way back, but maybe it was just that I was like a kid and so it seemed gigantic, but it was an average size. Memory plays tricks on you. That's what happens when you get old. All right, I'm gonna put them in the fridge. I gotta wash to touch the screen. And then we will check back and leave them in there for 30 minutes. Oh, you guys can't see them. What am I doing? Leave them in there for 30 minutes, then we'll check back. All right, it's been half an hour. I've heated up some oil in the skillet. I'm gonna fry up, well, all of them, but we're gonna do together a couple of them. Just do a few minutes on each side. Then we'll drain them, and then I'll show you when we serve them up with the Remoulade sauce that we made a little while ago. See, it's nice and bubbly, and it's what we want. I will check back with you guys when it's time to flip them. Alright, it's been about 3 or 4 minutes. We're going to flip. See, they've got that nice brown on them. That's what we're looking for. It's about another 3 minutes or so on this side. Then we'll drain them and finish off the rest, and we'll check back then. Alright, I'm gonna flip them and drain them. I'll check back when they're all out. Alright, all of them are fried up. One did fall apart when I took it out. It happens. But anyway, we've got our remoulade sauce out. We're just gonna drizzle it on. You could always put it on the side. It's your choice. But I like mine kind of drizzled on because I know that's what I'm gonna do. You can put it on a sandwich. You could serve it just like this with a side salad or something. But there they are. Bon appetit. See you later.